I know what got me into old cars, and that's that I didn't want to pay for modern car insurance. So I bought a bit of a fixer-upper and learnt the hard way that there really isn't anything more expensive than a classic Mercedes. If it was easy, everybody would have one.
100%.
Because they're the coolest things on the road. Like, everybody would have.
That's right. And if you whinge about it, you're not cool.
This is the third time it's been mentioned. I'm sure it's the third time.
Because I was fucking upset. I love it.
It's too cool, isn't it?
I love it.
What's up, money off camera?
Can I send this one? I love this one because the colour's sick.
Yes, that's the one we used to use for car show.
How's that?
Yeah.
Right, are we in? This is Adam. Adam owns Quirky Classics. How long have we known each other?
Years.
Years. It's been a long
good amount of time.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Well, we've known of each other for like 20 years.
Yeah, I know. That's it. Like, we've been dealing with this for 20 years. So long. You're like, oh, do you know that guy? And
it's a small world, isn't it?
It is a small world. And the UK is small, but especially when it comes to classic cars, the scene is very small, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, and obviously you have a bit more variety than I do, but obviously I operate in literally 20 years of Mercedes.
Yeah.
So the scene I'm in is very, very small.
Yeah. And like this scene recently, as you probably will tell, I keep on banging on about how old Mercs now are having their day. It's taken a while for the 70s and the 60s stuff to pick up though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I've had a bagged 108 for 10 years now.
Well, you're the one that produced bags for these.
Yeah, we make them, yeah.
So like Adam made bags for 108s back when nobody was doing them. You developed your own kit.
Yeah.
Still being used now.
Yeah. Scary to think.
Sorry?
Yeah, that was a long time ago, yeah.
And he was just like ahead of the game. And you kind of like, I mean, that's why we connected really, because we really geek out over this sort of stuff. To be honest with you, any Merc really, from sort of like
although
70s
in here we specialise in a certain body.
Yeah.
The truth is I'm just an old car guy. And
I know.
So it's not necessarily just Mercedes I geek out over, but I've been fortunate enough that I've now been able to dive deep into the car that I've always pined over, which is like 109s, 108s, 111s. And I never thought I'd be in a situation where like, well, I've got to push on 100,000 parts on the shelf for it now.
And that's it. Like, Adam is a guy that you go onto his website. I'll get Dav to drop a link here, where Dav? Here, like here, there. He is the guy that has all these parts. If he doesn't have one, which I'd be fucking shocked if he doesn't.
Yeah, some bits we don't have. There's some bits that are hard to find.
But you can source it.
Yeah, in the main, yeah.
And so like all of like the 108 stuff that you see usually comes through Adam. Very rarely I find him outside of him because he gets offered all the stuff first. So I'm very grateful for him introducing me to the cars that I've had in the past, and I've had a few that you've seen on sale, but that's come through Adam. And yeah, so like, what got you into it?
I don't really have an answer to that, I don't know. I mean, I know what got me into old cars, and that's that I didn't want to pay for modern car insurance. So,
Zane's do say the same thing
so
earlier. He's like, Dad, how much does it cost to like you know, get into insuring a car? Problem is though, I don't want him crashing and dying in something old. That's the only issue I've got.
Yeah, just go old and slow, don't you? Like a Morris Minor or like
it still worries me a little bit.
I do get it. I mean,
like we used to drive around a piece of shit. I mean, I had a
I've
red
had some
Escort.
terrible cars.
Yeah, I used to have a red Escort Estate. It was fucking terrible. And I crashed that once and that was not great. It just crumpled at like 20 mile an hour.
Yeah, we've got a 123 that had a slight accident that we can have a bit of a look at and decide if we're prepared to or not. But yeah, no, it was kind of that. And then I say an internet friend of mine who's become a very close friend of mine, a guy called Jimmy. He had a silver, and he's had one bagged longer than mine's been bagged, and his is a right-hand drive 3.5. If I remember the story correctly, he sourced from Hawaii. He lives in California, and this car's like if you type in bagged 108, it's like the one that everybody knows of. It's unbelievable. And sort of like obviously when I was a bit younger, it used to be my like phone background, stuff like that. And then when I eventually decided that I had a job that could pay well enough, I thought I'd buy myself my 108. And the truth is that I could never really afford a nice enough one. So I bought a bit of a fixer-upper and learnt the hard way that there really isn't anything more expensive than a classic Mercedes, or than a cheap Mercedes, I suppose the better saying. And then what happened was I just started acquiring the parts because I wanted to make mine look nicer. And then as I acquired the parts, obviously people then asked me if they could buy the parts I was acquiring. And it became a bit of a circle of like, oh well, back bumpers are hard to find, so let's try and find some back bumpers. And then going even further into the geekdom is that I absolutely love the factory accessories for these cars.
Yeah.
So I've spent years and years and years not only learning about what you could get and why they did things.
Yeah.
Is then the next stage after that is you know, what parts can you get?
Yeah.
And like there is some incredible accessories for these cars. And as you go up through the ages, because I mean I do kind of stop at 86. I've got some incredible stuff for slightly modern cars, more modern Mercs as well. Like so.
Because you are now pushing the boundaries with 123s as well, aren't you?
Yeah. So I'm not headlong into them. So I always used to use 123s as my daily drivers.
Yeah.
So and then what eventually happened was it was always 123 estates, and then I started realizing that really I was destroying them, and I felt a bit bad about that.
Yeah.
So then I moved into 124 estates.
Yeah.
And then very, very quickly I realized I started destroying those.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I now have a Toyota Hilux, which I destroy instead. But
And that's fine, because they take the beating.
Yeah, and then it does everything I need to do, and but the 123s have always sort of been a bit of a sideline. Like I have a lot of parts for them.
Yeah.
I haven't really got on top of advertising that I've got those parts and stuff like that. We have a lot of 123s.
But you're ahead of the game. It's the next step.
I hope so. I don't know if they'll ever be the same as like. Obviously, they'll never be 108s because 108s are an S class. But don't think the popularity of 123s is obviously massively high because they made so many of them.
Yeah.
And that is also the reason to why possibly they'll never be as like you know, because I don't go to many car shows anymore. But it's very rare to see 108s at car shows because I mean it's not because they didn't make many of them, but like they're just a very choice classic car.
Yeah, they are very choice, but like like TV at the moment has been making them. What was I watching? It was that thing with
obviously Rocky 2. That's what.
Rocky 2.
Yeah. I mean,
but like
every day, isn't it? Every day.
But that was before when they were like money cars back then, because these are S classes are old money cars. That's what they are.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because like you had like 114s, which were the taxis. 114s, 115s.
115s taxis. Yeah.
Taxis. 114s. For people that don't know,
middle management.
That's it.
Yeah.
114s are the 6-cylinder versions. 115s are the taxis. So like you see all like, you know, the Taliban
diesel
rolling through Afghanistan in a 115.
Egypt.
Egypt's
full of them.
Full of taxis. You'll see those ones stacked headlights. They look like these, but they're not. And everybody everybody mistakes them, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I don't have one in the yard at the moment, but it's always like they have enough design cues and obviously a very similar dashboard, don't they? A lot of my customer base who have 114s and 115s over 108s, because the entry price of the two are very similar.
Yeah.
So like a nice 114 is sort of like an average price for 108.
Yeah.
The big sort of thing with it is that like 108s are huge.
Yeah.
And people like they're 5 meters with the bumpers on.
Yeah.
So not everyone can fit it in their garage or want to have to deal with the fact that these things are big cars.
Yeah.
But these are big cars even when it comes to like American cars. Like, they are full size, but it is always a bit of an interesting why people end up in the things. But
I completely get it. And but like TV recently, like obviously the Hangover. The first
111,
Do you remember the 111 convertible?
Yeah, convertible, 250
like,
SE, wasn't it? Yeah.
Well, you've got a sweet ride there.
Don't touch it. Don't even look at it. Go on, get out.
For me, that's what put these old stacks on the map.
And the other big one was Bates Motel.
Yes.
It was a green 4.5.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
With a roof rack on it. That was something special.
And people started I think those started putting them on the map, because then I used to watch double like 111s, like the coupes back in the day, because I really, really wanted one. I wanted one of these for a long time, but obviously for me, back then when I was into into old Mercs, 123s and 124s were obtainable for me, do you mean? Whereas these were obtainable, but the problem was parts and keeping them on the road, and like I had use on my side, so I wasn't really.
I mean, I've had to learn how to work on them for sure, because they are complex cars, and they're complex cars not only for the era, but they're complex cars full stop. And yeah, the parts. I mean, again, I'm Joe. I've got a luxury of that. Like, if anything is needed for that car, it'll be in a box somewhere. Like, I'm not
here.
Yeah, and if it's not in a box, it'll be on one of the 10 parts cars in the yards. But the truth is that that's kind of why I sort of like really started taking the parts side of it seriously, because I do believe I'm a custodian of that mark of car now,
100%.
and that's what I'm trying to do, is that I want to see as many of these on the road as possible. Like, these cars will sit on the motorway at 70, 80 mile an hour, no problems whatsoever. And you can use them, like, and the truth is there's not many cars from the 70s that you can actually do that with.
I completely, like, I've come up here today with my kids. I've got a 200 mile journey home. I'm not going to jinx myself.
No pressure.
I'm not going to jinx myself, but I've got complete faith that this car's going to do it. I think it's going to be just fine. And when I
And if it doesn't, it's going to break down anyway. Like,
it'll be fine, exactly. And then I'll figure that out.
Yeah.
But that is a big thing as well, guys. Do you, when you buy a car off me or you buy a classic car in general, don't go expecting it to be brand new. The amount of dick customers that I've had have complained after, like, oh my God, why is my car broken down? They just break. So when I drive these things, I completely expect it.
If it was easy, everybody would have one.
100%.
Because they're the coolest things on the road. Like, everybody would have.
That's right. And if you whinge about it, you're not cool. you're just not cool.
We all whinge. Like,
No. We have a whinge sometimes. Like, I broke down the other day. It took 15 hours for RC to come and collect me, and I was in my old car that was like.
Has he mentioned it 3 times? This is the third time it's been mentioned. I'm sure it's the third time.
Because I was fucking upset. I was upset. Fuck you, RAC. and like even then, you just go, well, at least I broke down next to a restaurant or something, and then I could just wait for the RAC. Never the RAC ever again. But like a recovery company, that's not the RAC to turn up. But
so I broke down very, very early, and they refused to bring my car home. It was a Mark 1 Golf. And at that point, I've never had breakdown cover ever since.
But it's your fault.
So I've got a truck and a trailer. As long as I get a taxi and a train home, I'll go and get it with the others.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a nice recovery truck. I'll show you as well.
But also Mark 1 Golfs.
It was a good thing. I liked it. Had a GTD in it. It was.
Did I tell you I bought a Mark II Jet, a GTD yesterday?
No.
You would have been right up your street, and it was like red with the decals up the side and stuff. Yeah. But like it came in.
I don't really like Mark IIs, to be honest with you. If you got subframes in them, I couldn't really.
Really?
I'm a Mark 1 guy. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not any guy because I cut my teeth on Mark 1 and Mark 2s. That's how I started getting into.
Well, that's what I started doing was Mark 1 Golfs. I used to import stuff from America, and that's where it all started. Yeah.
I think you kind of like start somewhere. But to be honest with you, my father brought home a 123 Estate 200T in signal red.
What a guy!
Yeah, honestly.
Funny, my auntie and uncle bought a 123, so it was a 300 TD, so not a turbo diesel. Yeah. And they had it in United Arab Emirates. Yeah. And they brought it home and drove around Cumbria in it. Sick. And then they rang me one day, like, oh, do you want to come and get it? I was like, freaking yes, I do. Family heirloom. Yeah, I'll come and get it. Yeah. And they scrapped it before I could get to it.
What?
Yeah, got crushed.
Why did they do that? Holy
Apparently, I always think I'm pretty quick at getting cars. I drop everything to collect a car. And,
I'd be upset. This is what happens though, isn't it? It's like the whole thing with the R34 Skylines, where like, Fast and Furious came out and then fucking shot.
It's appealing to a different crew though, isn't it? Like,
no. But what I'm saying is that it gets put in front of us.
Yeah, culture is what does it.
And sure. The culture moves. And I think right now.
But sometimes the culture does miss. Could you think of like Anglia is out of Harry Potter? I don't know about you, but I've never desired a Ford Anglia.
No, I don't think anybody has.
Yeah, so how did that one miss? So they've got to be a cool car in the first place, haven't they? Like,
I don't know, mine. Unless they're just British and shit. I believe they're British and shit.
Yeah, I'm not a Ford guy.
I'm not a fan. I do believe culture is the car culture on TV. It starts on TV first. That's when the mainstream kind of pick up on it. Like we're into it because we're into it.
Yeah, I don't really know where it started. I couldn't tell you the definitive moment where I said to myself, like, wow. I don't know how I came across a picture of one. I don't know.
Well, really? Yeah. I could, what, on a 108? Or
yeah, a 108 particularly.
A 108.
I mean, there's lots of cars that I've owned because like I've sort of wanted to go. I mean, I grew up in the Middle East, which obviously I saw a lot of single cab white Toyota Hiluxes. Of
course.
So what do I own? A single cab white Toyota Hilux.
It's in deep in our
Yeah, it's the only car I've ever bought on nostalgia.
Yeah.
I've been trying to sell it for like 5 years and I can't get rid of the thing. But I think because everyone rings me up and I'm so dear to my heart that I think I oversell it because I'm in love with it dearly. But
I know, I get it. My father was Arab. My father's Lebanese, so like obviously Mercs are instilled into him. But like I grew up in Australia, so like my father used to build street rods.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
So like he used to build honky V8s, and they always used to be Ford because my father was like, Mercedes are number one.
Yeah, but that's the weird thing about Mercedes though, isn't it? Is that kind of modifying scene, which is maybe why it does appeal to a different kind of person. Because obviously there is all like the diesel pump UK stuff of getting super turbo diesels.
Luke.
I only remember that by name because they've got an amazing Land Rover Defender they've just finished that I saw on Instagram this morning.
But Luke's one of my best friends.
I'll give the link. Yeah. And you think like, okay, so all the super turbo diesel stuff gets done, but like the truth is that you can't. I mean, you can, but it's not a particularly tunable car, is it? Like you can modify it, but then even then, we're not reinventing the wheel with them, bagging them, putting them on nice wheels.
No, we're not. I mean, like I own. Well, if you've been following us for a while, I owned a W108 for 5 years. Then how long did I own it for? 5, 6 years? How long did I own that car for?
Yeah, I remember the one I tried to buy. Yeah.
It was in COVID, and like I saw it pop up, and it was nice, and I was like, I got to.
So I didn't buy it because I set up this instead. So so I'm not full of regret, but
that car had
that was a 606.
It had a 606 in it,
6-speed manual, wasn't
it? That's it. Yeah, 6-speed manual car, and it was like. It was a car that kind of like I've always wanted, and it was a little bit janky. It was like patinaed at the time.
So that gets into a whole other thing. So I mean, obviously, you've come to pick up a nice car. I own a nice one as well, and I've got quite a few. But finding patinaed old Mercs is really hard work in the UK.
It is,
because they're either
rotten,
which I can show you hundreds of, or they're gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like, there doesn't really seem to be a middle ground.
No,
and I've just picked up one that's going to be my new daily driver. Well, actually, I put it on the road yesterday, and I'm very proud of it because it has a patina that and it's like it's funny because like I don't really know because I think that's a big thing that's changing car culture now as well. Is that it used to be everything had to be cleaner. I know. Again, I've got different customers in different sort of like demographics, and one particularly is a big Mercedes 600 collector, and his 600 just won a concourse.
Yeah.
But it's not a restored car.
Yeah.
And it's like the fact that kind of stuff's now happening is making this sort of like original kind of. And I'm not saying tatty because tatty isn't fair, but I mean it does go into that in some ways. But like originality has become such a big thing in this scene now, and that's something that I'm really enjoying because like again this blue car like it's not 100%.
No.
But I tell you, it was what, 95?
It's very close.
And but for what things aren't right is that you just look at it and it actually adds a bit of character to it, a bit of a
100%.
Yeah, and,
I mean, but
and
then,
I think people get distracted by chasing mint when really they just need to be chasing.
And then they
cool.
and then they get to mint,
and then
you don't want to use it.
Yeah.
And like and for me, I mean, my God, my 108. I took you to school every day, didn't I, babe? And like I took it to school for 2 years. I drove it every single day. I drove it in the winter. I laid it out everywhere. It was fucking sick. I remember pulling it outside Sainsbury's. Putting it out on the ground was the only way that people wouldn't rob it because they didn't know how to put it back up.
Yeah.
And I get such a joy out of using these things myself, let alone the joy that the people looking at them.
Yeah, they have to be used.
They have to be used, and they get worse when you don't use them. When you leave them sit, they become a problem.
Yeah.
So
and it doesn't matter where you leave them sit, even if you have a heated garage or there'll be something. There'll be a repair at one point that's not been quite to scratch.
100%.
But again, that's nothing to be put off by a car. Like you know, it's a common thing we come across that people want these cars to be glorious, and then they get upset 5 years after getting it there. That it's just like, well, it's like anything. It gets used, it gets damaged.
I'm getting that as soon as the car gets delivered to them, and like 2 months after, and I'm trying to manage expectations with customers. And like, if you're watching this and you're new into the classic car scene, this is probably for you as well. That when we sell, I mean, we're used to them, aren't we?
But again, though, it might be our enthusiasm for them that's like overselling sometimes, isn't it? Like, you know, I don't get worried by a buzz, a noise, a wobble because I know it can be fixed and that's what it is. But I can appreciate at the same time that if you've sort of stretched yourself to get into something that's nice, and then it starts having a bit of a wobble, or it doesn't start one morning, or something. But again, though, the componentry on it, it's not. Some of it could be as old as the day one. It's like, so you can't be upset by a car because like no one expects their modern car to run every single day. And it's frustrating when it breaks down. But the truth is that people are happy to fix them. Well, but classic cars seem to be on a bit of a different kind of mindset with certain things.
That's like 52 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, like when you're 52 years old, I'm 41. I still got creeps.
Quick math.
I get up in the morning and I'm like, Can you imagine what the car feels like?
Well, that's it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Tell us about what you do with Quirky Classics.
So Quirky Classics kind of just started as a bit of fun, really. I just used to buy and sell old cars, and that's what it was.
Yeah.
And then as sort of my taste matured and grew, and then really, I'll sort of jump 15 years of it. But when COVID hit, I said the one thing I had was I had my black Mercedes in my garage, and I've always had people that have wanted me to do work on their cars based on what the black Mercedes was. Yeah. And effectively, as I said, I've been collecting the parts to keep that thing going. So I used to have a double garage, and I had one rack which is still outside, and I used to hang all the chrome in the ceiling, and that's what it was. And then a gentleman who I'd bought parts off in the past decided he wanted to move back to Austria, so I ended up buying his parts off him. And then once that kind of started rolling, it then became a sort of thing of that actually, I'd like to sort of like
do this whole time.
Yeah, so I quit the job and then put everything and the whole family put everything back into it. Like, it's been I don't really know. I get a bit of imposter syndrome. Like the bare bones of the business has been quite simple. It's everything in the background has been really hard work. Like once the idea came and I was able to sort of like maneuver myself into a position where I don't need to be scared if anyone else wants to break a 108, because the truth is that they're not easy things to take apart. They're you know, there's not many people out there looking for the parts, but the sort of truth is that, you know, it is all in here, and you know, and I want people to have, you know.
But you're incredibly passionate about it. So like people like yourself, myself, we get into these things because we genuinely love what we do.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I said to you before, I've said it multiple times, I chase the lifestyle. So like I wanted to do this because I want to be around this, doing this every single day.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what it is, and that's where it bred from. Is I just, you know, I've got baskets of old parts behind me, and I just love going through them and finding that piece that I know that, you know, Tony from, you know, down the road's been looking forward to get his car back on the road. Yeah. And like, don't get me wrong, I work here by myself. Well, I'll say by myself. I do have 2 lads who work with me, but they only work part-time with me. And so the actual parts business itself, I do by myself. Yeah. It's a bit of a slow-moving machine because, like, no matter how organized you can have it, it's still difficult to sort of like keep on top of, you know, the amount of parts that have been asked for. But I don't know if I naively live in a world, but I don't think there's any rushes in classic cars. No. You know, no one needs their classic car to be fixed tomorrow. They just want it to be fixed. Yeah. And I do my best where I can, and, you know, and it is hard because I try and sort of offer as good a service as I can with making sure that, you know, it's hard for even down to like making sure parts work and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it'd be amazing if I had a booth for every single component to be able to, you know, plug every relay in. But like the truth is that I only have so much space, and
of course,
and it can be a bit of a battle. But ultimately it is just a case I want to keep them on the road. I love seeing them. Yeah. I think back and, like, you know, if it wasn't anything to do with me, I've only ever seen, well, I have a customer who I used to see, so there's a 3.5 coupe that I grew up around, which was gorgeous and lovely, and it comes here quite a lot. And then I've only ever seen one other one on the road accidentally, and that's when I was dropping my brother off at Manchester Airport in the black Mercedes. Someone went past in an Arabian grey one, and it was and it blew my mind. It was just one of these moments of just, and I look at them all day, every day. Like,
and I'm the same. You know, until you just said that, I didn't really realize it myself. I've driven mine for 2 years, like, straight. I use it every day. I didn't really see another one.
You don't. And as I said, it's not because they're not out there. They're out there. I just, it's just a strange thing. But that's what's important to me now, is that, you know, there's this constant thing of people saying that, you know, classic cars are aging out and people want the more modern stuff. It's like, I do agree with that. Like, you know, like Andy, who works with me, like, he's got a Sylvia S14 that, like, I don't understand the car, but I understand the want for something to go sideways and all. But like, at the same time, I know that, like, one of these bagged next to it is everything as bit as it, and
it's just as cool. Yeah. Well, to be honest, in my mind, cooler. I like Japanese stuff, but I'm not. I get it, and especially with Sylvias, I really got a soft spot for an S15.
Yeah, so I really don't get them. I don't.
Do you not get them?
No, like, he's got some older, cooler stuff that I get, but the Sylvia particularly, like there's bits of it I get. Like, it's I do, like, his got like cool carbon fiber door cards, and you're sat in a roll cage. I think it's in the storage building, so you might be able to see it.
Fucking hell.
The thing's insane, and like, I think the other thing as well is, like, Andy really has been the backbone here. And because whenever I've sort of been a bit jaded and a bit tired and I'm struggling, like, this young lad who's, you know, when I met him, he was 21 and he's a professional welder, and he, we've got so many stories of sort of like things that have gone on, but he really has, like, gripped the place by the horns and sort of helped me build it, and it wouldn't be where it was. You know, obviously, you know, the support of the family is important as well, but Andy's been, you know, an absolute grafter in here. The only real thing he gets out of it is the fact that he has a set of keys, and if he wants to work in the workshop, he can do, you know. Yeah. And
and you as a friend.
Oh yeah.
And like, I love what I do mainly because of the customers that I meet and people I meet along.
Yeah, because I think if you catch me in the wrong mood, I'll complain about the people you have to deal with. But the honest truth is that some of my closest friends I've now met through the workshop and through the parts, and like, you know, I'm in such a position now where we can, you know, we do trips into Germany parts collecting, and people who we've met who are like-minded that we can now go and see, and, you know, it literally has taken me all over the world, and it's been unbelievable. And it's funny in the sense that, like, it seems to transcend so many different demographics, like, because we're all into these things.
I've always said cars are the universal language. It doesn't matter where you're from. You would have seen one of these in, like, fucking Africa. You would have seen one in Germany.
I think they've always, I mean, I don't like the saying so much, but they've always touched you somewhere, haven't they? Like,
but it's true. It's true. And for me, it's a universal language. That woman in the Civic Type R, there was a woman, right? I'm not even joking. We came off a roundabout. I was behind her, right? And she like, I didn't even know at the time. I was just behind her, and it was like a newer Civic Type R, right? So she came off, bit sprightly, went for it. And I was like, oh.
Have a bit of this.
Yeah. Pulls up in the dual carriageway. She pulls over. I pull up beside just to give her like a wave and look over. She's like 60 years old.
Amazing.
She was like 60 years old, wasn't she? She gave it the thumbs up. I was like, this is absolutely wild. So like, if that shit happens, this becomes that universal language, old and young, and it doesn't matter what you're into. She was into a Japanese thing. I was into a muscle
it's
car.
funny, like,
and
same thing. I mean, I don't want to say his age, but my dad, he's a big Honda S2000 guy.
Yeah.
And he's got incredible Honda S2000s,
Yeah.
like beautiful ones. And at the same time as well, he's got an old Mercedes, got a Porsche 911.
Yeah.
But like the thing is that he is that guy. Like,
Yeah.
you know, he's you know, and it is cool that like it's just, yeah, you're right. Cars are like they do swap over. I mean, that being said though, I did go through years and years and years of being bothered. That's all people used to talk to me about.
is it?
Yeah, like there's other things like, you know, like I'm not into fashion in the same way that you are, but you know, I've got like I do have a collection of sunglasses and stuff like that, and like and you know, I love watches and stuff, and like what I do find is that when people know, because obviously I always get introduced as, oh, Adam, you know, the old car guy, you know, or I've turned up in an old car, which obviously, and I did used to have a bit of sort of spite about the fact that people used to talk to me about that, but I mean, I've come round from that now, you know.
I mean, like, I think cars and fashion go hand in hand. Just like, and if you follow me on Instagram, I am into clothes just as much as into thing. I actually own a bridal shop, which has got nothing to do with anything. I kind of fell into that, but yeah, cars and fashion go hand in hand. I've got a bunch of friends now who are into fashion and cars. Yeah. Like I started because I've been doing that stuff on Instagram. There's a couple of people I've started speaking to who love clothing.
It's too cool. The internet's just made it so good. And I'm old enough, like the internet's made it so good.
Oh, dude, it's so.
And I'm old enough to remember being an old car guy.
Yeah.
At like the infancy of the internet. Not the infancy of the internet. I'm not that old, but like, you know, I remember when like no Facebook. And he used to be into all cars. I used to buy and sell Mark 1 golf parts.
Yeah.
And it used to battle on Retro Rides was the
Retro Rides.
Yeah,
I was just going to say the
was,
Retro Rides forum. I used to fucking love it, and they're for sale.
They're for sale. Yeah,
I used to love it. I love the old community. I love dealing with people that are into old cars, and yeah. So should we have a look around the shop? We're going to swap this from now because I think we got loads of this now. And we'll have a quick look around. Show us the shit, isn't it? What is your favorite cool shit? And I'm already seeing this. Now, like, to people out there that don't understand these things, like 108s are rare, 6.3s are rarer.
Yeah, but then there's even rarer in here as well. But yeah, so cool stuff's like, I mean, it's hard to see it because it's quite far away. But in the crate, so that's the new old stock M100 engine.
And explain what an M100
Well, the M100 is the 6.3, so that is the 6.3. So when I say full engine, it's not a complete engine. It's missing the heads, but it is a long block, which is just unreal. So like this here is a 230 SL engine running, which is a really rare thing. So they only put the 600 pump on. So that's out of a Pagoda, Joe 113. Yeah. Obviously multiple V8s. I mean, on the racking at the minute, I think we've got 60 engines. But
how long have you had this? Like, how long has it taken you to get this hauled apart?
5 years. Yeah.
But it's 5 years of being the guy that deals in these things, and then coming to the guy and saying that you have some parts, and then getting all the cars. Like, I speak to Adam on a regular basis. We speak at least once a week.
Yeah, if not more.
If not more. And like most of the time, he's in a truck going to pick up a car that he comes back then to strip down to put up.
Yeah, because I'm always looking for like, there's always bits that I want to get in the building. Yeah. So the idea is that, you know, it's easy to fill a building with junk. Yeah. But I'm trying to not fill the building with junk. Yeah. And it is hard work. And what you're also seeing in here particularly is that I'm having a big rearrange. Yeah. So all the baskets are actually supposed to be on a walkway that I've got down the other side. But I had to pull them out to build some space. But what's constantly happened is that every time it evolves into the next stage, I realise very quickly that, I need to be able to put something up there. And then you need to be able to get the tool to get the thing up there. And it has been a bit of a battle, but I've been looking right at the top. So up there's some of the things up there. So they're new old stock 116 bonnets, long wheelbase new old stock 126 doors, 2 long wheelbase 116 rear doors. The big boxes are new old stock 123 wings, which everybody knows how much they rust. Yeah. On top of those is a new old stock W114 115 boot floor pan. On top of that is W108 new old stock floor pans, left and right. Then onto the right, there's then new old stock 123 coupe rear quarters.
And what we're trying to say here, Adam's got all the shit that you want.
Yeah, it's all there. Yeah,
you want all Merc stuff. You got all the shit that you want.
Factory fanfare horns. So
Is that factory?
Yeah, so these mount on top of the bumper,
What?
which are really cool. Yeah, so they're for 111s with the original brackets. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I'll tell you one last thing as well. One last thing is my newly acquired wheel collection.
Which she's really proud of.
Yeah.
In fact, those you called me up immediately after you had them, and you were like gloating, and I'm devastated because they're fucking sick.
Yeah, so obviously your 108 was on the repo version. I was gonna say fake. We're not
fake.
But yeah, I don't really know what happened because sort of overnight I became a bit of a wheel collector. Speedos.
Very cool. This is ridiculous.
There's a lot of stuff. There is a lot of stuff.
Epic stuff though. And this.
Yeah, so building up for my son. Yeah, so it's gonna be remote control. So we're just finishing up on it, but yeah.
Look at this hench.
Oh yeah, so it's built out of a go-kart.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got a go-kart off Facebook Marketplace, and we're cutting it down in every direction to because I really wanted the stance of the go-kart wheels. So it's going to be electric as the sort of the eventual plan. I mean, you might be into it, but then like I do quite a lot of classic tools as well. So we've got all the original Hazard tool assistants. So these are what were in the dealerships. In the factory. So Mercedes, Porsche, and Volkswagen used to use these. So I bring these back from Germany. So we've got like this one here has all got M130 stuff on it, and that's what we're doing. It takes up a huge amount of space, but everyone needs a lathe. Like you'd be amazed what it sort of achieves and what it cleans up and what it makes happen. But that's also been like the funny thing towards getting into repairing old cars is that to do it properly you do need old machinery and you need old tools because obviously none of it's diagnostics on a computer, so there's nothing digital in here anymore. It's all very analog and
I love coming to you because you just got loads of cool fucking shit.
Yeah, there is stuff everywhere. I just like screwing it to the walls and screw it because I like looking at it. So I've got like patina bonnets that are too nice just to stay on the bonnet rack, so they sort of become art and
I have to. Do you know right? Are they 16-inch pentas?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
I nearly bought a set for the 28 the other day.
No way.
They're 550 quid.
Oh, you probably should have done. Yeah.
And I was
they're genuine AMG ones. As well, so they're stamped AMG.
Are they stamped AMG?
Yeah, stamped
Oh
AMG,
my god.
If you're into your wagons, they're even rarer.
Look at that.
Yes, so you've got all three sets there. So the end silver ones are factory W123 Aurus roof boxes. Ones behind them are silver 124 roof boxes, which they only did for like 6 months. Then you go to later 124 roof boxes, and then in the boxes, new old stock 126 roof bars. It's those things that I love to collect. Yeah, load covers for 123 estates that are just really hard to come by. 15-inch bunt, which are really hard to come by. My white Mercedes got a set on, and I've got another set of 5 as well.
How much?
We'll talk money off camera. Down here gets a little bit boring, but like, when you do like the booth badge collection and stuff, so these are all 300 SEL 6.3 booth badges, all itinerary.
It's organised though.
It's getting there. It's been a battle. Original fuel pumps and stuff like that. There's not, but if I can't get to the one I want to show you, but there's like 6.3 fuel pumps in there and stuff, and it's all this stuff that's like all the bracketry and the hardware and stuff that even if you want it, you can't get now.
So Adam just bought a 108, which I was a little bit devastated because he sent me back, told me a price, and I was like, oh, and then he bought it.
We both kind of bought the ones we wanted, didn't we?
Yes.
You bought the one I really should have bought, and I bought the one you should have bought.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad I bought the one I bought.
Oh no, you bought the good one.
This is not a bad one. Very, very cool. Wow, fucking cool. The color is cool.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh my god.
So no carpets. I'm going to take this horrible floor mats out.
That's real leather.
Yeah, it's leather in a 108.
That's really fun.
Yeah, really strange.
Red leather. And the
column change, which is amazing.
Could you imagine back in the day driving around in this?
Yeah, it's cool.
Fucking
isn't it?
boss, man.
So this is a 250 injector. So this is effectively the earlier one to your blue one. It's like a really low, weird spec because it's not got air conditioning. So it's got the air conditioning blanket plate, which I love. Because it's an earlier car, it's got the wooden A-pillar trims.
Yeah.
Obviously full maroon dashboard, which is really nice. And it's like the idea is that when I pick people like you up from the train station, come in this little Beta,
It's like a Beta.
Taxi, little
it's
taxi.
Not a Beta, though, is it?
Well, it's a bit noisy. Like I haven't done a huge amount of tuning on it yet.
It's not that bad.
No, it's not.
The start's on the button though.
Yeah, always check the button.
I love it.
It's too cool, isn't it?
I love it. You're right. We're on about these things being rare, and you don't see them, and then all of a sudden, then there's a fucking bunch of them.
Just when do they look like this?
They never
Like,
do.
when do you find
Once
them
again,
like this?
the reason they don't look like this over in this country because they usually fucking left us idea rot out. This is American.
Yeah. I don't know where from America it's come from. So all I got was the Carno logbook.
Yeah.
So I know nothing about it.
If you know something about it, though, drop us a message.
Yeah, please do, yeah. But it's been played with in so many ways. Like, there's all sorts of... I don't want to say janky, because janky isn't fair. But, like, the big thing is it's not got matching steel wheels.
No.
It's one key barrel matching, but
That's fucking great.
it's unbelievable. Yeah, it's just like stuff like this, which doesn't bother me. It only bothers me if I come to sell it.
It's gonna happen, though, isn't it?
But also, I've been kind of saying that I'm going to put it up for sale for now 4 years, and I never have done.
No.
But I think, as I said, it needs a rear door, which I've got. So
What's the don't want to sell a price? Tell the people.
honestly, because of the history with it and everything like that, and I said rock solid underneath, it'd have to be 25 grand.
Yeah.
It's like-
I reckon 25 grand's a lot of money.
Right, 'cause it's so hard because you can get cheaper ones. I have cheaper ones. I have a cheaper one outside.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, no matter what you do to that, as in I'm not pointing at Shane's one, at my one that you just saw me pull out in. No matter what you do to that, it'll never be one of these really nice ones.
No.
Because the interiors sit better, everything about them. And if someone's got a load of them, the nice cars are always nice cars. Yeah.